everyone, it's Lighthouse Angel. Welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday to you. Let's get your Thursday off to a great start. I went ahead and already got the overall energy for the reading. I'm going to clarify it with a couple cards, and I got some messages from the compass box today. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. On this channel, we focus on taking you from zero to hero in your own life, giving you the tools and information that you need to get unstuck, grow, and evolve and align with the best version of yourself, and always, always, always keeping the divine number one, okay? So I was called to several different decks. These are the cards that came out. I didn't pick these cards, so keep that in mind. And also take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Don't force it to fit. You will know if it's for you, okay? All right, so let's get started. So the first card that came out from this deck over here is Oneness. It's number 42. It says, look for the common humanity. Invoke the Lemurian light. So you may do something on the internet because we have the world here. You may be doing something where you're connecting with people all over around the world here. Okay, we also have number 42 or number 6. That could be significant. You could be using your spiritual gifts or your inner light to light the way for others or spread it around the world here. The divine could be guiding you here because we have the light coming up from above. Okay, and we got number 3, be present. Find clarity in the moment. Okay, and she's walking above the clouds here. and when this card first came out, I was really drawn to the eye here. So you could be expanding your spiritual gifts, or the divine is expanding your spiritual gifts to give you more clarity when it comes to your third eye. You could be having more visions. Or you're getting clarity when it comes to your visions. Could be about a person. Okay. Or you could be getting more downloads or more clarity when it comes to the expansion of your third eye as well. Your psychic gifts. Okay. So then I also have, you're going to be celebrating something very special soon. You'll be so full of joy and happiness. It will almost seem out of this world how suddenly it all happens for you. Be ready for it. Expect it. It's happening. Okay. So, by doing this, you know, it could be any kind of internet business, okay? It doesn't have to be like social media. It could be any kind of where you're connecting with different people, okay? Where maybe you're trying to shine your light of truth on situations here, okay? By using your spiritual gifts or the clarity you're getting through your visions or your downloads, right? And it's bringing in a divine blessing here. And it says, and then we have perspective. The dragonfly spirit says, be flexible and willing to change direction if needed to get broader view of things. Okay, and we also got like perspective. I'm sorry, we also got be present, and then we got perspective, and we also have the third eye here. So you may need to get a new perspective or a broader view of things when it comes to the possibility of changing direction or the willingness or flexibility of changing direction here. Maybe you've already got a vision of this, or you've received visions or downloads about a perspective on how to move forward on an internet business. That's what I'm getting as well. Maybe it's some kind of creative idea where you're going to be able to use your gifts It's going to be something that you're going to be celebrating here, okay? And then we have 2 scriptures that came out. It says, anxiety weighs down the heart, but a kind word cheers it up. Proverbs 12:25. So you maybe you're going to be faced with a situation that might bring you anxiety, or somebody is being weighed down with anxiety that may be coming towards you here. Make sure you're kind and understanding and give love to the situation, right? If someone is facing anxiety or being weighed down, it could be the feelings that they're having within their heart is causing anxiety. Maybe they feel weighed down by that. Okay, be kind and gentle with people's feelings and emotions, right? As they are being vulnerable and willing to express themselves. It says, oh, give thanks to the Lord, call upon his name, make known his deeds among the peoples. Psalm 105:1. I feel like this is about sharing with others what God has done in your life here. That's really what I'm getting with this scripture here. Sharing it and letting know what he's done in your life, the amazing things. Okay. And someone may be coming to you to express this here, but, be due to their feelings, maybe they're being weighed down by anxiety. Okay. Make sure that you're kind when someone is coming in vulnerable. That's what I'm getting as well. And they may be coming to give you a clear perspective about changing your direction or wanting you to see a broader view of things here, of maybe how you can go about something a different way. But whatever it is, that you're going to be celebrating it here. Let me clarify it with a couple of cards. Okay. And number 3 could be significant because we have 3 on this be present card here. Okay. Okay. We have ascending the mountain, keep going forward, and opening your spiritual source, finding sanctuary. Okay. Yeah, and this is all about, opening your third eye. The divine may be working with you right now with, like I was saying, expanding and giving clarity about your spiritual gifts. Okay, because it's like above the clouds here, and she's walking above the clouds. It's like you have such a higher perspective of things that people cannot even perceive, or maybe they're not even they want to know more of your perspective of things. Okay, I'm also hearing how you're doing it. Okay, maybe they're wanting clarity about your gifts here. I'm also getting that someone else shares similar gifts, or they have clear seeing, like they have visions that might be their spiritual gift, and then you have yours, and maybe they want to, meet with you or have a connection with you on better understanding this. That's another one I got. But keep moving forward when it comes to your path here. And I feel like this might be something that you're going to be celebrating, that you're able to keep moving forward on this vision that you had for yourself when it comes to your spirituality, or how to use your gifts to benefit others. You may be getting clarity on this. That I just heard similar but different. Okay, so you could be changing direction with these spiritual gifts and giving a different perspective. So you need to be willing to be flexible so that you can give people a broader view, or I'm hearing open mind. You need to have an open mind. But maybe you've ascended this mountain, right? Because we have ascending the mountain. Or you are going to lead people on how to ascend this mountain to a higher level of thinking. Okay. And I just heard, and it's going to lead to their freedom. That's what I just heard. It's going to lead to spiritual freedom. Okay, I'm going to get one more card, and then I'll get some messages from the compass box. I just heard, started off small, and now it's going to go big. That's what I just heard. That could be the thing that you're celebrating. You know, maybe you just started something and it was something small and now it's going, I just heard viral or going big. It's going big here. And you're going to be able to tell people what God has done for you here. Okay. Yeah, oh my gosh, that's awesome. I love it. We have celebration and we also have celebrating. There's a huge confirmation here about celebration and celebrating. This could be something that you've been waiting for here. It says, you will get good news in terms of work or wealth. Angels have your back here. You are going to be celebrating here. Okay? You've ascended the mountain. I feel like I just heard someone's meeting you there. Okay, that's what I just heard. Someone's meeting you there. And that might be the thing that you're going to be celebrating. I just heard they've been waiting for you. Okay, I just heard somebody's been waiting for you. Okay, but you need to be willing to be flexible or see things from a different view, or that could be what you're offering others through this internet business or online business or social media, whatever you're doing here, that's creating light that's traveling and reaching many different people here. And that can be through anything. It can be through art, it can be through online, business, social media. Take it how it resonates for you, okay? But I feel like someone's going to come in vulnerable here, willing to express kind words, maybe even what's weighing on their heart here, and it may be causing them to have some anxiety. So you need to be gentle, kind, and loving to this person as they speak their truth here. That's what I'm getting. But you're going to be celebrating this, okay? You could be celebrating this with this person, okay? Maybe they too have ascended the mountain, which is why they've been waiting for you. So let's get some more messages from the compass box here. They also could carry some kind of spiritual gift, okay, that maybe has, I just heard, come to the surface or is being revealed, okay? Now I just heard spiritual team. Okay, so maybe you're going to come together and be this powerful team together. That's what I just heard. So take that if that resonates. I just heard like-mindedness. You have like-mindedness. It says, nature's beauty is a gift that cultivates appreciation and gratitude. Yeah. You may be somebody who loves nature and has a huge appreciation for it. Okay. Also, this is just another confirmation about seeking nature to get grounded, right? Appreciating all the beauty and being grateful for everything it offers to you. I just heard love is all around, okay? So appreciate the love and life that's given, that's all around you, that, that we take for granted, right? We need to give it gratitude and appreciation. That's what I'm getting with that. To be a Christian means to forgive the inexcusable, because God has forgiven the inexcusable in you. Okay. All right. This is something that maybe you've given somebody a different perspective on something they thought was inexcusable here. Maybe you had a hard time moving on from. I just heard stuck. Maybe they may have been stuck. Okay? Or maybe you've had to forgive something that's inexcusable. Okay? But whatever it is, whether it's you or this person, it's behind you now by allowing yourself to forgive the inexcusable here. Now you're embracing this time of joy, happiness, celebration. It's just all of a sudden this is all going to be happening for you. Okay. So get ready for that. I feel like you're not expecting this. Okay? I feel like this is unexpected. You cannot find peace by avoiding life. Yeah. This could be like maybe this person was avoiding dealing with something that was inexcusable here. Okay? But you also may be shining your light on telling people, you're never going to find peace by avoiding life or avoiding facing your truths here. That's what I'm getting with this as well. So your gifts, your spiritual gifts, your light that you shine, or you could be a life coach or a spiritual guide or anything that you're doing online or any kind of internet business, right? Where you're guiding others to find peace by facing their truths here. That's what I'm getting with that. I just heard you're lifting the fog away for others. Okay, so it's like, it's like people that don't know how to ascend this mountain, and I've talked about ascending the mountain, raising yourself to a higher vibration, a higher frequency, okay, so you can manifest the life that you want and get closer connected with the divine, okay, as you elevate, as you ascend, okay. And by doing so, by starting to ascend this mountain, and how you start doing that, obviously, is connecting with the divine, right? Asking God to heal you. You have to heal yourself, and as you heal your wounds and see the truth of yourself and walk in your authenticity and your truth, you begin to ascend this mountain, and you raise your vibrations through your mindset, your attitude, your perspective on your situation, being in an attitude of gratitude, appreciating everything around you. It changes your whole vibration. It changes your whole frequency. And as you ascend, you're no longer in alignment with the things that are of a lower vibration, which is like devil energy, toxic people, addictions, all of those things, right? But you have to start on the healing journey. And as you start the healing journey, the divine will guide you. But you've got to meet them halfway, working on yourself. Healing, it's a journey, and you have to be willing to invest in yourself. We're all on different timelines. So maybe you've already done that. You've ascended the mountain. That's kind of the storyline I'm getting here. But some of you may just be starting, okay? And it's never too late to start, okay? You're worth investing in here, even if people have done inexcusable things to you, okay? You can heal from them. So, but I feel like the divine wants you to keep moving forward, but I feel like I'm speaking to somebody who is coming into their high level of spiritual gifts here, because you've now reached I just heard high point. I just heard high point. And so now you're able to shine that light for others, where you're lifting this heavy layer of dense fog, of confusion, and bringing light to what people need to do when it comes to ascending this mountain. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. Yeah. Okay. So you may have envisioned something as far as your purpose, your path, your goals, your like a vision for your job, what you want to do for a living, or how you can inspire others. Take it how it resonates for you here. Okay? And people may say, oh, well, that's your imagination running wild, or, whatever. No. It's your vision. It's your vision. It's only your vision. Okay? People don't get to embark and give opinions on what you have envisioned for yourself, your ideas, okay? Because you never know where they're going to take you, okay? And I feel like what you imagine for yourself is now going to take you everywhere here, okay? And you're going to be celebrating this. And maybe at one time you operated out of more of a logic viewpoint of, you go here and you go there, like from A to B, right? And then you said, you know what? That didn't work. So you know what? I'm going to step into what I imagined for myself. And now it's going to take you everywhere. Okay? That could be something you're going to be teaching others. And it's going to lift this dense layer of fog. Okay? Within them. I'm getting that as well. Stop asking, why are you so emotional? And instead, get curious about why you're uncomfortable with feelings. Okay. Maybe people of the past said that you're too emotional. Okay. If anybody who tells you you're too emotional, okay, that's just them being uncomfortable with their own feelings. Okay, that might be the very thing that they've been avoiding in life here, is avoiding feeling anything. Or you've dealt with people who were constantly telling you that you're emotional here. Okay? Anybody who tells you that you're emotional that is not your issue. Having feelings is a gift. It's a God-given gift. It's something that should be cherished and celebrated, because there are so many people who feel nothing, okay? And feeling is something that a lot of people pay therapists to teach them how to do. And you embrace your emotions. I feel like I'm speaking to somebody who's sensitive to energies. You could be an empath. Those are all spiritual gifts. And maybe you're now going to teach people why it is that they're so uncomfortable with not feeling anything. Okay? Because having feeling and having emotions, it means you have depth. It means that you have genuine care for others, which seems to be something that may be lacking currently in the times that we live, because it seems to be more of a self-centered type journey that people are in, right? But don't let anybody make you feel shame or guilt because you carry emotions or you are emotional. Okay? Male or female, especially males. If anybody tells you, dude, you're too emotional, you're too in your feelings, okay, that's just somebody who's uncomfortable with their own feelings, okay, and or uncomfortable that they don't even have any. Okay? I feel that men who feel or have emotions, it means they have depth, and that's beauty. That's something that should be honored and valued, not made to feel out of guilt or shame. Okay, so be your authentic truth, embrace your emotions, okay? Because they're also here to tell you something, okay? They are also a guide. It says courage, okay? So you may be stepping into your courage, or someone is coming to you that's going to step into their courage here. And maybe they're going to express some emotions to you here. Okay? Because maybe you're comfortable with feelings. So now they have the courage to express them. Maybe they've been surrounded by people who are not comfortable with feelings. And you are? Right? There's so much beauty in feelings. Not only do you get the truth, right? When someone expresses what they're feeling or their emotions, you're getting the truth, right? Yet so many people avoid it, right? Because they're too uncomfortable. They think it's a sign of weakness, but really, male or female, if you express your emotions or your feelings, that's not a weakness. That's a strength. That may be a layer of fog that's being lifted here. I should say, there's power in truth, okay? There's power in truth when it comes to speaking your feelings and embracing those emotions that follow that. It's powerful. Never underestimate the power you have to take your life in a new direction. Yeah. And that might be something that you did here, is that you took the power within and you took your life in a new direction, being flexible and willing to offer a new perspective on things. That might be something you're doing here on the internet with your business here. And now it says, never underestimate the power you have to take your life in a new direction. I feel like you're going to be shocked as to what's coming to you, that you're going to be celebrating because you took your life in a new direction here. You had the courage to do so, using your imagination or your visions to see the light of it. And maybe, people of your past said, oh, you're way too emotional, and so you didn't embrace your truth or step into your feelings, or, right, not seeing that it's all about people. It's about projections onto you, making you feel shame or guilt, but what really is, they're uncomfortable with their own feelings or lack of. Okay? Anybody, like I said, anybody who says you are so emotional, they're wearing a mask. Okay? They're wearing a mask, and they don't want to walk in their truth and authenticity, but you do. Okay? So don't let somebody pull you away from the beauty that God has given you when it comes to your depth, your empathy, your imagination. Because I just heard it's taking you places now. It's taking you places. Okay. And somebody who's uncomfortable, this is the other thing I'm getting. Somebody who's uncomfortable with having feelings or expressing themselves, it just means they're wounded. They have unresolved trauma and wounds to where it's limiting their capacity to be able to feel anything. There's wounds that need to be healed. They could have chakras that are blocked because of it. Okay, but it doesn't have anything to do with you. Okay? So allow yourself to be and express your feelings, your emotions, walk in that truth, have the courage to speak it because it's beautiful, it will be honored and valued, okay? Because depth is beauty. It's rare. It really is rare anymore, okay? So if you're somebody who carries that, honor and value it because it truly is a treasure, okay? Now I'm going to close up your reading today with one from this deck, and then I'll get you some miracle mantras, okay? But this is a beautiful reading for somebody who has I just heard come into their own, okay? You've come into your own here by seeing the power within your imagination and where it can take you here. And now you're going to get ready to celebrate something here. Okay? It says, in any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. Yeah. This is about surrendering to the divine and the energy of love here through prayer and stillness. You know, that's also when you receive the downloads and the communication and the intuitional guidance from the divine here. Operating out of that high energy of love, which is the closest to the divine. Okay? And this could be something that you've been doing and it's turning, I just heard, it's igniting it's igniting the powerful spiritual source within you here. And at the bottom of the deck, we have my vibes speak louder than my words. Yeah. When you get to this higher level of healing, okay, embracing your vision, stepping out and with the courage that you have, no longer allowing people to decide, you know, about you being an emotional person, right? Stepping into your truth here. Your vibration is at such a level that it speaks louder than any words can. Okay? You radiate this glow, this energy, this vibration that people are just naturally drawn to. I just heard magnetized to. Okay? Now, just, you know, if you are in that energy, just be careful because you can attract people who want to steal your light, people who want to feed off of you because they don't want to get it for themselves. So make sure that you're dealing with somebody who honors and values you and hold those strong boundaries and know that your energy, your time, your investment, the high vibrational energy that you bring, it's all holds a high value and not everybody is worthy and deserving of it, okay? And that will protect your peace as well, okay? But keep with those high vibes, keep holding that positive mindset and that high energy of love, seeing the love for everything, the beauty of nature, appreciating it, having gratitude for it, and also being grateful for the fact that you have depth, that you feel, right? That you're willing to be vulnerable when it's required, okay? Speaking your truth on your feelings, because I feel like you really are going to be celebrating this, okay? All right. Let me get you a couple of miracle mantras, and I'll let you go for your Thursday here. I just heard You are now seeing the truth of all situations. That could be a spiritual gift that you're going to be giving here. You're able to see the truth of all things. I release fear and embrace intimacy. Okay. That could be somebody stepping in their courage, right? And embracing intimacy. I'm also getting like, this person who, I talked about this at the beginning of the reading. Someone may come back in who wants to express what's weighing on their heart here, but is having some anxieties about it because maybe they were dealing with people in the past who said, you're too emotional, so they had to like turn it off, right? In order to survive situations. I'm getting this from a male point of view too. Like maybe you're around a bunch of males and they're like, dude, you're like too emotional or something like that, making you feel shame or guilt of it. So you had to like turn it off. And I feel like now you're getting the courage to get back into your feelings and honoring that it was never something to be embarrassed about or looked as flawed or felt guilt or shame or it should be dismissed, right? You're seeing now as something that holds high value. And if this is about a man and I'm coming from a woman's perspective, it's extremely attractive. It's not something that should be looked or frowned upon because it means you have depth, you have feelings, and those are genuine, okay? And that's rare. But I feel like someone is stepping in their courage now and is ready to embrace intimacy when it comes to what their real emotions are here, okay? I just heard you touch this person's heart. That's what I just heard. You touch this person's heart. I feel safe receiving love. Okay, yeah, this person feels safe now, or you are going to, or you relay an energy where they feel like you are going to be safe to love here. I am worthy of love, success, and rest. Yeah, this has been coming out a lot. This person could be helping you take your imagination into a new level here, or wants to take your internet business or your ideas, your everywhere. That's what I heard, everywhere. Okay. I am guided every step of the way. Okay, so this person may be coming in as to guide you or mentor you or support your path here. And they're stepping into their courage, or you may need to step into your courage to do this. I'm also getting that somebody of your past who you've forgiven, but they did something to you that was inexcusable. They may have said that you're so emotional, right? That could have been your story, but yet they never operated out. They had no feelings, okay? One thing I can tell you about this is like narcissists are known for saying you are so emotional. It's a gaslighting tactic. It's a projection onto you so that the light gets shown on you that you are unstable, when really they're the one that is unstable here because they lack any feeling or any empathy. Okay, and they don't want that light shine on them. So just keep that in mind, okay? All right, and at the bottom of the deck we have, I am not afraid to take up room. Yeah. I hear you're going places, or this person is taking you to places. I don't know, take that out, that resonates, but you're going to be celebrating something that's going to fill you so full of joy and happiness here, okay? And don't be afraid to speak your truth when it comes to your feelings, your emotions here. Okay, and you're going to understand that there's power when you take your life in a new direction. I feel like you're also going to be that guiding light for others, that never underestimate the power of taking your life in a different direction. Okay, because it's bringing in your blessings, and I feel like people are going to be able to see that, and maybe that's the fog that you're part of the fog that you're going to be lifting for others here. Okay, that's the message I have for you today. I hope it's resonated with you. I hope it's given you clarity and insight on how to get unstuck, moving forward, and get ready to celebrate, because I feel like this has been a long-awaited situation that you've been waiting for to celebrate. Well, now it's here. Okay, get ready. It's here. And if it hasn't resonated with you, check back tomorrow, because I do daily readings Monday through Friday. But otherwise, have a great Thursday, and I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care.